You know, back in the old-timey days, your grandparents might have told your parents, you need to go to college, it's very important. You know what they did? They went to college. And it wasn't unreasonably expensive, but a lot of them still didn't use their college degree. And as they created kids, they told their kids the same thing. You need to go to college if you want a better life. Then you have two generations of people that are in deep, deep student loan debt and not using their degree to pay it off. But as the digital renaissance completely sweeps this current generation, the question of is college even applicable or worth it comes up a lot. And the fact of the matter is, not really. But in a lot of scenarios, a higher education is something that people are very interested in and need to be able to work in some fields. But the juxtaposition of the access to the online information and the need for college going down, Jordan Peterson proposes a plan that he's currently taking action on right now to completely destroy what we know about the college system today.
And then with my daughter, Michaela, I've started this Peterson Academy, and our plan, this is a funny plan, we want to drive the cost of a bachelor's degree down to $4,000. And so we've got 30 professors on board so far. I've been able to identify stellar lecturers from all over the world. We bought a studio in Miami. We have the professors come there. We try to be very hospitable and to treat them well, which doesn't generally happen at universities, by the way. And they lecture they give 4 2-hour lectures on whatever they really want to teach about. And we just, they have a lot of autonomy, you know, we're not constraining them. It says the rule is we'll put an audience together for you in the studio. We want you to teach what you love at the edge of your ability. And we'll offer that to as many people as we possibly can. We're pursuing accreditation through a variety of different avenues. So we hope.
That was my next thought. Is it going to be accredited? Can someone get a real degree?
To be able to, what we'll do is we'll take 2 or 3 of those 8-hour lectures, bundle them together. That'll give you 1 university credit. We want to get actual credit for it. And then we're planning as well, we hope. So imagine we charge tuition, and we'll try to keep that low cost. Like I said, we want to knock the cost of the whole degree down to $4,000. That's 95% reduction in cost. That's the plan. And then if you're in the developed world, we'd like to offer you the opportunity to pair yourself with a student in the developing world who couldn't afford it, and we'll give them the opportunity for free, like your partner. So that should produce some interesting partnerships between people, you know, but also give people who don't have access to high quality university level education a real in.
Not only is he going to create, I guess, some sort of online course, as you would say it. You know, they talk about the education side of the internet is going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry if it's not already, because people selling, you know, their little shanty courses, ripping you off for that. Some of them are good, but, you know, but it's interesting now that a course essentially can get credited, possibly. And this idea that he can pair you up with someone in the non-developed world to get a free education is solving a really huge problem. You know, he's creating something that's reaching beyond just a new business idea or solving the singular problem of lowering the cost of a bachelor's degree. Now he's figuring out an idea to educate the entire freaking world.
And we are talking to some different institutions, you know, mortar and brick institutions, about how accreditation might be pursued and how we could partner with them to also offer people other elements of the university experience that you can't easily virtualize. And we've developed a good app that adds a social component to it so that people can discuss the lectures while they're watching them, and, you know, can make social contacts and maybe have meetup groups in different cities. And so we want to universalize higher education. And then we're gonna set the grading system in stone. So the grade you'll get for this university will be your performance.
There's no grading on a curve here, okay? It's not preschool, buddy. This is the real deal.
So there'll be no grade inflation.
Grade inflation.
So what we're hoping to is that if...
Grade inflation is the awarding of higher grades than students deserve, which yields a higher average grade given to students. The term is used to describe the tendency to award progressively higher academic grades for work that would have received lower grades in the past. And I guess, I mean, I could assume that the natural consequence of that is that you're producing people that aren't as knowledgeable in the area, and then they're going out into the work field because they had inflated grades.
Amalgamate it with this essay program so that all our graduates will be able to write. We're hoping that a degree from this university will indicate to employers a true level of competence. And so
Wow.
that's the plan. And we've got, like I said, we have 30 professors on board already. I recorded 3 lectures for it now, one on the Sermon on the Mount, so that was really fun. One on, it'll be a 2-part one, but I did the first half of Nietzsche's Beyond Good and Evil, and I did a 8-hour summary of my book, Maps of Meaning.
So he's diagnosed the biggest problem being lack of competence in students that then leave these other programs and other college campuses, and then they enter the work field not knowing everything they really need to know. Or people hire and are like, what? You had this on your freaking resume, but you perform like this? What's going on? So he's saying, let's create something that is, 1, can be affordable, 2, can universalize, and then 3, show an actual level of competence. Now, I think this is going to completely destroy the current market. Not only is it approaching it from a philanthropic point of view, but like if you're going to compare that to current system where student loans are non-bankruptable, they live with you for your entire life, and they're extremely overpriced. I mean, massive problems. And this is actually a trend. I remember seeing another video from Hank Green about something similar to Jordan Peterson's.
To make like maybe one of the biggest professional achievements of my life. So watch, 40% of people who have student loans do not have and will not get a degree. And that seems like the kind of thing that people should talk about more. Like, it makes me very angry. But I didn't know how to interface with that problem. Like, I found out about it and I didn't know what to do. Like, I'm sure there are lots of people working very hard on this problem, but I'm just a YouTuber, right? Well, after making Crash Course for 10 years, people start to want to work with you. And so I got to start talking with Google and Arizona State University. We started trying to figure out what are the big barriers to student success. And really there's 3. There's money. There's the sort of intricacies of the bureaucracy, and then there's the information itself. It's hard to learn. Like, learning is difficult, or else we wouldn't have to go to school. Well, we're taking on all of those problems at GoStudyHall.com, which is a place that starts you on your learning journey at YouTube and ends with transferable college credits. You can do it from anywhere, and it's at GoStudyHall.com.
Now, Hank Green was a guy, when I did homeschooling for a year in high school, I watched a lot of Crash Course videos as part of my curriculum. Now, it's questionable whether it's real curriculum or not, but it was very helpful. I felt like I learned a lot more than I did before. I feel like the new trend here is that colleges are going to go to e-learning the same way that shopping went to e-commerce. Malls have gone out. I think college campuses are going to go out. No one's going to give a damn about freaking what the campus looks like. They're just going to care how fast can I finish and how cheap can I finish for. That's what she said. Pause. But for real, I mean, this system is gone, son. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and give it a like if you enjoyed it, and click over here if you want to see Jordan Peterson's financial advice for the worst case scenario.